My fellow cabinet members of the Biafra government, honorable ministers, head of department, I welcome all of you today. Without wasting your time, I would like to let every one of us here to know that the impunity of the Nigeria state is coming to an end by various decisions and various steps and measures that this government will take in order to protect, defend our land, protect our women and children, and our properties and lives. For this reason, Nigeria have represented anarchy, criminality, evil, corruption, especially in Biafra land and against Biafra people. We have seen and witnessed several and thousands disappearances of Biafra people where they are kidnapped from Biafra land and taken to far away northern Nigeria and other parts of Nigeria and locked up, imprisoned, without trial, without any justification. And for that reason, the Biafra government will be taking a very decisive steps and decision today in order to bring that impunity to an end. On this note, I am moving a motion this afternoon without wasting your time, a motion to give 72 hours to the Nigeria terrorist state to return every single Biafran that has been kidnapped from Biafra land and taken to somewhere in the northern Nigeria and the southern, on the western Nigeria and beyond, for them to be returned back to Biafra land with immediate effect. In addition to this, failing to bring back any Biafran and all Biafran that have been kidnapped in the name of arrest or with whatever nomenclature, after 72 hours, we will evict every judges that is not from Biafra land, residing in Biafra land. We will also lock down the entire court that represent Nigeria. We are going to lock down the Court of Appeal, Wari Judicial Court. We will lock down the Court of Appeal, Oka Judicial Court. We are also going to lock down the Court of Appeal, Enugu Judicial Division. We will lock down the Federal High Court in the entire Southeast to start with. After that, we will proceed to the South-South. We will also lock down the entire National Industrial Court in the entire Southeast and South-South comprising of Biafra. After this, we will move to customary court. So anybody that is in this court and you are not a Biafran, you are sent or posted to Biafra land to come to Biafra and preside over any case. Believe me, after the time that we are going to be voted for today, after that time elapses, your security will not be guaranteed. Our demand is very simple. From Mazi Nnamdi Kanu down to the lowest person must be transferred to Biafra land with immediate effect. We will begin to correct this impunity on the issue that when somebody is alleged to commit a crime, there is a jurisdiction. If you claim that somebody committed a crime in the Southeast, as you have given them, the person must be tried in that jurisdiction in the Southeast. Somebody cannot be abducted from the Southeast, sent to northern Nigeria, where he will be denied access to justice, he will be denied access to lawyers, he will be denied access to everything. You lock the person up where the so-called crime were committed in a different region. That is ending today. The Biafra government will be voting on this particular issue I have mentioned. So, my fellow cabinet members, as a government, it is a priority for us to protect the interests of our people, to give them justice, fairness, equity, which Nigeria government have denied them. On this note, I move a motion to give 72 hours to every judges of the Court of Appeal in Owerri, every judges of the Court of Appeal in Awka, every judges of the Court of Appeal in Enugu Judicial Division, every judges of the Federal High Court in the Southeast and South-South, every judges of the National Industrial Court in the entire Southern region. If you support this motion that the Nigerian government is giving 72 hours to repatriate and return every Biafran that is being detained somewhere in the northern Nigeria and beyond. After 72 hours, these judges must vacate Biafra land with immediate effect. If you are for this motion, please, can we see your hands up? And the media team, can you put everybody on the screen so we can be able to see the hand before we go into our electronic voting that is not available at this point. Thank you.
Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, BROGIE, has announced a 72-hour ultimatum to the Nigerian government to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and all detained Biafrans held outside Biafra territories, expiring on October 27, 2024. Simon Ekpa made this declaration on his official X handle, formerly known as Twitter. He stated that the Nigerian government has 72 hours to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and all detained Biafrans outside Biafra territory, and the 72-hour ultimatum ends on Sunday, 27 October 2024, that after the expiring date, if the Nigerian government fail to abide by their wish, they are going to face a lot of consequences. The Biafra Republic government in exile has planned to lock down all Nigerian courts within Biafra region, including federal high courts and courts of appeals in Enugu, Anambra, Ebonyi, Imo, and Abia states, starting on October 29, 2024, if their demands are not met. The Biafra Republic government in exile aims to evict all non-Biafra judges, claiming Nigerian judicial institution brings anarchy and insecurity to Biafran territory, impacting justice and equity for Biafrans. He stated that all the judges will be evicted. Every judges that is not of Biafran origin will be evicted from all the federal high courts and court of appeals in Biafra land. He urged them to voluntarily leave, or otherwise their safety will no longer be guaranteed. The Biafra Republic government in exile also expressed dissatisfaction with the current legal process where detained Biafrans are allegedly tried outside Biafra land, arguing that it violates democratic principles. He stated that the Biafra Republic government are dissatisfied with the current legal process going on, where Biafrans are allegedly tried outside Biafra land, that this act violates democratic principles. The Biafra Republic government in exile stated that security for non-Biafran judges within Biafran territory cannot be guaranteed after the expiration of the deadline. Remember, they gave the Nigerian government 72 hours ultimatum to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and all Biafrans that are detained in Nigerian prisons. They should release them within 72 hours. Otherwise, they will take this action, urging them to return to their region to avoid risk. So therefore, they urge all the judges that of non-Biafran origin to return back to their region to avoid risk. Simon Ekpa stated that any judge that is in Biafran land and is not from Biafran origin, that has not returned to his homeland after the expiration of the deadline, that judge will have he or herself to blame because their safety cannot be guaranteed. Simon Ekpa made this declaration on his verified X page, formerly known as Twitter. He stated that the Biafra Republic government in exile have concluded their meeting, and in the resolution of their meeting, they have given the Nigerian government 72 hours ultimatum to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and all Biafrans that are being held as prisoners outside Biafra territory, that they should release within 72 hours. Otherwise, Nigerian government will feel their wrath. Simon Ekpa was very serious when he made a declaration that the Nigerian government have only 72 hours starting from Thursday 24th October 2024 to Sunday 27th October 2024 as the deadline to release all Biafrans detained in Nigerian prison. Otherwise, they are going to take actions. According to Simon Ekpa, the ultimatum implies severe repercussions, including the indefinite shutdown of Nigerian government judicial institutions within Biafra territories, starting from October 29, 2024. That if the Nigerian government fails to adhere to their warning, there will be a total shutdown of all Nigerian government judicial institutions, which include Federal High Courts in Enugu, Federal High Court in Anambra, Federal High Court in Ebonyi, Federal High Court in Imo, and Federal High Court in Abia. And also, they are going to shut down Court of Appeal in Anambra, Court of Appeal in Enugu, Court of Appeal in Ebonyi, Court of Appeal in Imo State, and Court of Appeal in Abia State. That if the federal government fail to adhere to their warning, they are going to shut down indefinitely all Nigerian government judicial institutions within Biafra territory, starting from October 29, 2024. According to Simon Ekpa, the decision follows a cabinet meeting of the Biafra Republic government in exile, BRGIE, where they voiced their frustration with the transfer of detained Biafrans to northern parts of Nigeria, a practice they consider unjust and outside the judicial norms. The Biafra Republic government in exile, however, expressed their dissatisfaction with the Nigerian judiciary, accusing it of creating instability and insecurity rather than justice. They further emphasized that judges not originally from Biafra land should leave the area with immediate effect after the expiration of their warning, and that if they fail to do so, their safety cannot be guaranteed if they remain after the ultimatum expires. Remember, they gave the federal government 72 hours to release Biafran prisoners to release Biafrans held in Nigerian prisons. This action is seen as a show of resistance against perceived political and judicial inequities which the Biafra Republic government associates with an ongoing crisis of governance and regional autonomy in Nigeria. So they made the declaration that the Nigerian government has just 72 hours to release Biafran prisoners held outside Biafra land. Otherwise, they are going to shut down all the judicial institutions in Biafra land. Like I said, they are going to shut down all the federal high courts in Biafra land, and they are also going to shut down all the courts of appeals in Biafra land, and also they are going to shut down every customary court in Biafra land if the government did not heed to their warning that they give them only 72 hours to release all Biafrans that are being detained outside Biafra territory. Otherwise, they will face their wrath. The Nigerian government has only 72 hours to release Biafrans detained outside Biafra territory, and also to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Otherwise, they are going to shut down all judicial institutions in Biafra land. They accuse all the Nigerian judiciary that is operating in Biafra land of creating instability and insecurity in the region rather than justice, equity, and fairness. They say that the judge that are adjudicating cases in Biafra land are creating instability and insecurity rather than justice, equity, and fairness in the Biafran region. So they further emphasize that any judge that is not from Biafra land, that is originally not from Biafra land, should leave the area after the expiration of their deadline, because their safety will not be guaranteed. So if you are a judge and you are not from Igbo speaking region and you are adjudicating in Anambra, Enugu, Abia, Imo, Ebonyi, if you are not from Igbo tribe and you are a judge in these 5 states, you are doing yourself harm by staying in Biafra land after the expiration of the deadline warning. So that is what Simon Ekpa stated. So that is the end of our news update. Please click on the right top corner of the screen and watch our next video. I will see you again in my next update. Enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.